You scared to go into the gym. You know, you feel like everybody's looking at you. You don't know what you're doing. You're a beginner. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't know how the machines work. So then it scares you. You got anxiety in the gym. You got fear in the gym. And then you don't go. Well, I got good news and bad news for you. Which one you want first? All right, I'm going to give you the good news first. The good news is, no matter of fact, I'm going to give you the bad news first. The bad news is, yes, people are looking at you. It's so funny. People will tell you like, nobody's looking at you. Like, go ahead. No one's looking at you anyways. Go ahead, do your thing. No. I'm here to tell you, yes, people are looking at you because we're humans. That's what we do. Like, everyone else who's in the gym probably glanced at you while you walked by. That's just what it is. Maybe they glanced at you while you were doing your workout and was like, oh, like, yeah, they're a beginner, whatever the case may be, right? So yeah, people did see you struggling with that weight. That's cool. But here's the good news. The good news is, come here. Nobody knows what they're doing in the gym. If you're at a commercial gym, if you're at LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, you know what I'm saying? Like Gold's Gym, any of these big chain franchise gyms, no one knows what they're doing. No one knows what they're doing, okay? Like, there might be a couple of OGs in there, people who've been working out their whole life who really, you know what I mean? Like, they've gotten to the point where they understand the mechanics and the fundamentals of working out to a level where they could really give you some good advice. But 90% of people, even the big guys are over there just ego lifting. You can get big ego lifting. You can get big just throwing up weights. You know, like it's dangerous. You might injure yourself. But you can get big eventually if you do it long enough. It's dangerous, it's dumb, but it happens, right? Half the other people are just there on a whim, you know, like they might have just passed through because they haven't worked out in a while and they just popped in the gym. They're not consistent, right? How many people do you see who have a clearly dialed in physique, who are muscular but lean, you know, who know exactly what they're doing, tracking their calories, tracking their workouts, progressive overload over a consistent time period? Not a lot. You don't see a lot at these big chain gyms. Now, if you're at like a bodybuilder gym or if you're in a specialized area where you have real gym people who dedicate their life to fitness, that's a different story. But 99% of people don't know what they're doing anyway. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen people go up to give unsolicited advice to somebody else. Even happened to me one time, you know, back in the day. And somebody came to try and say like, hey, look, like, this is how you're supposed to do it. And they have no idea what they're talking about. Like, people just be loud and wrong and confident about it too. So don't feel like, you know what, like since you don't necessarily know what you're doing and you're a beginner, you know, you feel like the outsider, the outcast. None of these people know what they're doing. And let me add on to that bad news. Like, yeah, people are looking at you and everything like that, but let me tell you why you do not have to worry about that. People are looking at you and they might be thinking stuff in their head like, yeah, look, beginner, what is he doing? What is she doing? Like, why are you lifting the weight like that? Like, you're using the machine wrong, whatever. We're just humans. We just say stupid stuff in our mind. We think stupid stuff in our mind. You could be you could be jacked, lean, doing the exercise correctly, you know? You could be 10 times, in 10 times better shape than that person who's looking at you is in. And they still won't think something stupid. They might look at you and be like, knock him out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just how we are. We're just humans. We just think stupid things. So yeah, they might think a thought that might be a little embarrassing to you, but for one, they're not gonna say nothing to you. And for two, they would have thought something negative about you. They would have made fun of you regardless. So you just gotta live your life. On top of that, you're gonna be so much more proud of yourself by going through that phase of not really knowing what's going on and getting through that and then getting better. And then your body's gonna be changing. Like, it's just a whole journey. It's a whole story, and you gotta write it for yourself. So don't let the fear of not being the best, quote unquote, which doesn't make any sense in the gym where everybody has their own journey. Don't let that fear hold you back from going and attacking it and getting better every single day. And then here's another thing. Let's say you're a guy who doesn't lift a lot of weight, right? Like, you watch the YouTube videos, so your form, you know what you're doing on the form side of things, but you're just weak. You don't lift a lot of weight, so that's why you're a little scared of going out there in public and like, I'm curling 15, 20, like whatever the case may be. For one, I'm gonna tell you this. Some of the most jacked guys, some of the people with the best physiques often utilize those little weights, those light weights, oftentimes, especially for the smaller muscles, if we're talking about lateral raises and we're talking about some of the smaller muscles on the body, they'll use those really light weights to make sure that they're hitting the correct part of the muscle, or the correct muscle is doing the work. Because when you go a little too heavy, then other larger muscles help out to compensate. So first of all, those light weights don't mean nothing. And let's just say you know you're weak for a particular lift, like a bench press or a curl, like, you know, a weight that some guys can put a lot of weight up on, and you know you're gonna be weak with it. Listen, think about it like this. If you don't work on it, you're gonna be weak in that weight for the rest of your life. And it's gonna be a time that you have to do that weight, let's say in front of a girl, or in front of like some homies, like some people that you're working out with, and now you never worked on it, so now you're exposed. Like you're just trying not to do it. I don't really want to do it, my shoulder hurt, whatever. You're lying. It's better that you take that 6 months or so, go do the 6 months where, you know, you're not putting up a lot of weight on it. But then after that 6 months to a year, now you got a respectable amount of weight you can put up. You feel me? Like, do that. Worst case scenario, you really nervous? Go to a small gym. If you live in an apartment, go to the gym in your apartment. You know, if you don't got access to that, get some home weights. That's the benefit of if you kind of weak and can't do that much weight. That means you could get those small weights at home, and you can be curling your your 15, your 20, your 25, work your way up to where you're curling more weight. Like, you got to figure it out, but you can't just stay in one place and say, because I'm nervous, because I'm anxious, because I'm a little bit scared, I'm not going to work on myself. Like, that is just a mental roadblock. It's a mental roadblock you got to get over, and you got to ascend. That's where your character is really tested, and that's where people see what you're really made of. Like, are you just going to sit there and say, woe is me, make an excuse, and stay stagnant for the rest of your life? Or are you going to say, it is what it is, like, I got to be great one way or another? So, yeah, I might be scared. Yeah, I might not be feeling like putting myself out there, but at the end of the day, I got to be great. I got to get the physique I want. I got to be strong. And you got to be strong mentally to get over that roadblock. And then that's gonna show itself physically, because then you're going to build the body you want. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Don't be scared. Go get the body you want. I'm out of here, man.